Hey y'all, today we're talking about something that makes Louisville genuinely unique and stand out amongst every other city in the entire country. And most people who live here don't even know it. Did you know that Louisville has more shotgun houses than any other city in America? Not some, more than just any other city. And there's a really wild story behind why. First, let's talk about the name. A shotgun house is a narrow rectangular home where every room lines up in a straight shot from the front door all the way to the back. The legend is that you could literally stand at the front door, fire a shotgun, and the bullet would travel straight through the house and out the back without hitting a single wall. That is how perfectly aligned these rooms are. Now, where did the style come from? It actually traces back to West Africa and Haiti. The design came to the United States through New Orleans in the 1800s, brought largely by freed slaves and Haitian immigrants who carried their building traditions with them. From New Orleans, it traveled along the Mississippi River, and that's how it landed in Louisville, specifically first appearing in shipping port near the Portland Canal right after the Civil War. So why did Louisville end up with so many of them? Growth. Fast industrial immigrant-fueled growth. In 1870, Louisville had a population of about 100,000 people. By 1900, that number had doubled. Waves of immigrants, German, Irish, Italian, Scottish, and Swiss, were pouring into the city to work in Louisville's factories. They needed housing fast, close to where they worked, and cheap. Shotgun houses were the answer. They were fast to build, inexpensive to construct, and you can fit a lot of them on a narrow urban lot. Local developers built them by the hundreds to meet the demand. The peak build window was in 1980 to 1915, and you can still find dense concentrations of them in Germantown, Schnitzelburg, Portland, Butchertown, Russell, California, and the Highland neighborhood. Now here's the detail that I love as a realtor. These homes were actually designed with intention. The high ceilings were engineered to keep the home cool before air conditioning existed. If you have been in Kentucky summers, you understand that. The straight line layout created natural airflow from the front to the back. This was functional architecture built for the climate, not just cheap construction like a lot of houses are these days. You know who you are. And they're not rare. Shotgun houses are estimated to make up 10% of Louisville's entire residential housing stock. 1 in 10 homes in the city is a shotgun house, which is like crazy. So why does Louisville specifically hold the #1 spot? One word: Katrina. Before 2005, New Orleans was the undisputed leader. New Orleans is where the style originated, and the city had tens of thousands of them. Hurricane Katrina hit, and the destruction wiped out a massive portion of that inventory, and Louisville's collection survived. And that's how we became the #1 city that had the most shotgun houses. I was actually a part of Hurricane Katrina when I was in the Navy, and that was some devastation that I hope to never see again. So anyways, if you're a buyer, especially a first-time buyer or an investor, these homes matter to you right now. They come in at an accessible price point. They're walkable, they're character rich, they are in great neighborhoods that are thriving, and most of them have been renovated, and they're genuinely beautiful. Original ornate trim, high ceilings, vibrant street presence, and a piece of Louisville history. There's even an active preservation movement here called Save Our Shotguns, which is exactly what it sounds like, because Louisville knows what it has. So the next time you drive through Germantown or Portland and you see those narrow, colorful homes lined up along the street, well, some of them are colorful, but a lot of times, you know, these flippers are painting them white and black and blah, 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 whatever. But just remember that you're looking at the largest surviving collection of shotgun houses in the entire United States, right here in Louisville. I'm Ryan Cecil. If you want more random Louisville real estate, give me a follow, because no one else is going to tell you these stories like I do. Have a good one. Bye.